Hey there friends, it's Raven Scry, and today I'm going to be sharing a significant upcoming world event that Spirit has informed me of, giving me some insight into this event that feels significant to share. Okay, so let's jump in. As I connect in with Spirit now, I sense a feeling in connection to nature that's coming through. Now, as I connect to this more, it's as if they're taking me outside of time and space to be able to give me more information in regards to location here. So as I move outside of time and space more, I'm met by what feels to be some sort of a communicator or guide to support the session. So as I blend more with them, I'm taken up and outside of linear time. I feel as though they make this quite clear that that's what's taking place. So as I sit in this place, I'm hearing Argentina coming through. Now, as I connect to this, I'm also being shown a symbol of a cow. Now, as I blend with this symbol more, it's like I'm now taken into a scene. There's blue sky, and I'm aware that my feet are in gumboots. It's like the gumboots are in mud, and it's very deep mud. It's like I can feel the levels of mud as the boot is moving down into the mud. And so it's like this sense of gumboots moving deep down into the mud, and I'm getting stuck here. So this sense of stuckness feels very important here. So I'm aware that I'm on some sort of a farm. It feels like somewhere quite rural, away from other things, out in nature. And I'm hearing a body of water. There's also a reference to the water being somewhat murky, and again the levels and the layers of the water. Now I sense there is a connection here in some way with fish, and perhaps some sort of levels, again levels in the water, perhaps also contamination, but I'm just gonna place that to the side. It's something about the water, something about the levels in the water here. Okay, so now I'm being shown a ship, and the word that comes to mind here is tanker. And as I connect with tanker more, it's like I see this brown ship, and it's now I'm standing on a deck of a ship, and I'm also hearing connection to Navy SEALs. So I'm being made aware of, as I'm here on this deck of this ship, that I'm being taken into the underneath lower decking of the ship. And there's also a reference to some sort of underwater submarine or something like this. And I just sense this exploration underneath the water here. So as I feel these levels and these layers moving deeper and deeper down further underneath the water, I also see this reference to an oxygen tank being worn. I'm under the water here, and there's underwater gear being shown. And it's cold down here. And as this, I'm feeling this cold and something's breaking apart. I feel this sense of compression here, a sense of pressure also. And I feel like I'm trapped or I can't get out. And now I'm seeing red and white rescue rings floating on the surface of the water here. So I feel like there is this connection to some sort of trap, some sort of problem going on under the water, to do with can't breathe, to do with oxygen, and then some sort of rescue element with these rings above the water. And now I'm seeing a connection here also overlaid as the Titanic, which indicates to me that there's some sort of accident here in the water, on the water, moving down underneath the water. And again, I feel like I can't breathe. I'm taken to a close-up image of a man holding on to oxygen trying to gasp for air here. Now, I feel like this is quite a tragic event. And I also feel like they're speaking of a connection to 1996 here in some way, whether this is some sort of paralleling event that took place or some sort of significance, but there's some reference to 1996. Now, I also hear reference to death trap, and again this sense of gasping for breath, an accident in the water here. So in regards to connecting in to the date of this event, I feel like quite strongly the 26 comes up. There's a 26. Now, I feel as though this is June or July in the way that I'm being shown this, but it does feel to be flickering quite a bit. So, this may be, this could be shifting along the timelines. Always difficult to be working with time, but, we'll put it out there. Okay, so that's the reading for today, and just a few reflections on what's come through, just see if there's anything more here. Now, I feel like the Argentina reference as the place was quite clear the way it came in. It then took me onto the land there. So that's really all I have within placement. So that's interesting to kind of see how that plays out. And at the start of the reading, the sense of being on the farm, being in this open space, the rural space with the gumboots, being stuck in the mud, I feel that this is very indicative of the space in nature, the idea of it being out in a very rural, expansive place that wasn't around that, other people. This body of water was very significant, and this certain sense of being stuck, where the gumboots are stuck in the mud, feels like it was wrapping up the nature of what's taking place in a different way. It's almost like a different way to be perceiving what's come through in the latter part of the reading. So there was also, this body of water reference being far out in nature, and again being shown the levels of the water, the levels and the layers of the depth of the water, and even the depth of the boots going into the mud, like the levels. And I could also connect this with the ship scene, really, because we're going down deeper and deeper into the water. We're going down to the bottom of the ship, and then we're going out into the water. So again, these, moving down into these layers, and it feels like the depths, and again, it reflects back to these levels and layers within the first scene. So I find that interesting. So then there was the reference to the ship tanker and the Navy SEALs. So again, taken to references of lower levels of the ship being taken down below the deck, under the water. And then we had the reference to Titanic, which indicated to me the theme of tragedy in the water. So within this, then it moved into reference of exploration under the water, perhaps this submarine connection. But there was also these strong references to breathing, gasping for air, can't breathe, and again oxygen, and this feeling of being trapped. And then an offering of rescue rings on the top of the water. And it just really brought through the feeling of this being a very tragic event. Now, when I went to the reference of the date, asking Spirit about the date, there was this reference of July the 26th, although it was almost like sliding into June. So June, July, the number 26. There was some other numbers like 18, but they didn't really have the strength with them. So I'm not going to speak to them necessarily. Now, also the reference to 1996, some sort of likeness or connection here to another event that has some similarities. So that's interesting to keep in mind. I don't feel like there's a lot more I can move into there, but perhaps, could look up events in 1996 that to do with water, to do with all of these clues that have been shown by Spirit. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today's sharing. If you've got any thoughts, any reflections, if you'd like to share or comment on anything, please do so below. Also, before I go, just to let you know, over on Patreon, I'm going to be offering some opportunities to explore like this, to read events, and perhaps some tips in how to approach reading, because it's a fine dance, it's a fine flow of how to work with Spirit to uncover what they want to share with you. So yeah, if you feel to, please pop over there. I've just opened a new tier called Time Travelers, which I'll be bringing out some new videos shortly. But for now, take care and I'll see you soon. Raven Scry signing off.